Our world is very complicated at this time. Evil is on the rise. There are many conspiracy theories emerging, and depending on who you are talking with, the villains are those other people. I wonder what Jesus would say about it all. What light might today's parable shed on our world? Last week, in the parable of the sower, we focused on God abundantly sowing seeds in the condition of the soil of our heart. This week, the story focuses on the seed that is sown. There is good seed that will grow to bear fruit, and there are seeds that grow into weeds. They look pretty much the same. The weeds' roots grow and entangle the roots of the good seed. It is difficult to tell them apart or to separate them without doing damage to the crop. But the slave, seeing the weeds, question the quality of the seed, and then they're anxious to take care of the problem. Do you want us to gather the weeds? No, for in gathering the weeds you would uproot the wheat along with them. Let them both grow together until the harvest. At harvest time, I will tell the reapers, collect the weeds first and bind them in bundles to be burned, but gather the wheat into my barn. As Jesus explains this parable to his disciples, he says, the one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, and the good seed are the children of the kingdom. The weeds are the children of the evil one, and the enemy who sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are angels. Jesus doesn't call people evil, only the sower of the weeds. And I found myself wondering, who are the slaves? Are they servants? The disciples? Us? This parable brings up the presence of evil in the world. Perhaps like the slaves questioning the quality of the seed sown, we wonder why God allows evil to take root in the world. Let's root it out and get rid of it. Evil is a force, a power and principality. Each of us is susceptible to getting caught up in it. It may start small or with one incident, then snowball out of proportion. If you remember about Jacob, he is Isaac's second son, who stays in the tent. He embodies the softer qualities than his brother. He is slender and his skin is smooth. Esau is robust and hardy. In their story, Jacob takes advantage of his brother's hunger to gain his birthright. Then Jacob conspires with his mother Rachel to trick his father into bestowing the blessing for the firstborn upon him instead of his older brother. So now Jacob is on the run from his brother, who is angry because he stole his blessing. For the first time in his life, Jacob is on his own, in the wilderness, alone, vulnerable, at risk, and it is growing dark. Yet God is with him. Through all his deception, God is still with him. As the sun sets, he stops to sleep, taking a stone for a pillow, and he falls into deep sleep and dreams. He sees a ladder reaching up to heaven with angels ascending and descending. Even as deceptive as he has been, God says to him, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. And God makes a promise to Jacob that the land will be his. He shall have many offspring who will spread to the east and the west and the north and the south, and all the families of the earth shall be blessed in him and his offspring. And then God says, know that I am with you, and I will keep you wherever you go, and bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised. Jacob awakes and realizes he has had an encounter with God. Faith and hope take root in his heart. A page is turned. A new chapter in life begins. He has stood at the gate of heaven. And God is faithful to Jacob, to humanity, even to us. God knows each of us intimately, our goodness and our shortcomings. And each day, new seeds are sown in our hearts. It is up to us to nurture the goodness within. As followers of Jesus, we are adopted children of God, continually learning and growing through the trials and tribulations of life, struggling with our own fallenness. Eddie Hillesum, who died in 1943 at Auschwitz, wrote, "Each of us must turn inward and destroy in himself all that he thinks he ought to destroy in others."